Hello and welcome. Today we talk about why an E36 BMW is a lemon. Stay tuned. Hi there. So today I'm coming to you from the good old US of A. Actually, I'm up in Boston, so they're kind of normal here. But it got me thinking about a few things. I can't work on the car, so a few thoughts came into my head about what is a lemon. Because walking around the streets of Boston, they really do have a monopoly on crap cars here. Not so much now. That we've moved to a global market, and a lot of the newer cars are just like what we drive, so there's no difference there. But if you look back 10 years ago, they really did have some really poor cars in the USA. But let's bring that back to what we do in Australia. Like we had better cars than they did here 10 years ago. Sure, we had some lemons. There's definitely a lot of bad and good cars about. But let me just start off this little session saying that we run in a category that's controlled by Lemons Australia. And what they choose to do with Lemons Australia is up to them, really. But what I've started seeing in the few races that we have had is people are showing up in cars that, well, maybe are not lemons. And I think my car, being an E36, you could probably argue that that's not really a lemon as well. But stay tuned, I've got a bit of a solution. I've been putting a fair bit of thought into this. So let's start off with, what lemons in the US and Australia is about. And it is about a competition, but there's a lot of emphasis about the spirit of lemons. Now there are a set of rules, and the rules, if you follow them, you will end up with a car, which is exactly what we did. But whether that's in the spirit of the Lemons event it might be a slightly different question. So, take our car for example. If you look back through the blog, you can see I've documented everything. It was definitely put together for under $1,000. No problem there. The problem is, I probably started with a car that was good in the first place. Now we have got lemons in Australia. I can think of plenty of poor cars like maybe a Skoda Sonata or an Austin 1800, or you think of some of the 70s cars, early Commodores even, early Falcons, even right up to the XF were pretty poor cars. And there's some not so obvious lemons as well, such as the Corollas, which not fast cars, but certainly had a reputation for going and never breaking down. Pulsars, for example, all cars that may fit a lemon, but maybe not. And then they have cars that you can build for under $1,000, but they're probably not lemons. The example being the E36. Now, I think my car is a lemon, despite being an E36 BMW, because I work on it, to be honest. And me working on it is very different from some of the cars I've seen show up, which are clearly put together out of professional workshops. So me putting together an E36 on my driveway at home, built by a guy who is now an IT executive, I think is a completely different kettle of fish than an E36 put together by professionals in a workshop that shows up with 5 race car drivers, where we show up with 5 IT executives. Now, for the guys that run Lemons Australia, how do they tell the difference? How do they work out whether the E36 that shows up with Diet Jack livery on it is built by an IT executive or built by the professionals? Well, they can't. So I've come up with a bit of a solution. For Lemons Australia, they just need to get every car they can on the track. But what they need to do, I think, and this is all my own opinion, is to start early about choosing what is a lemon and what is not a lemon. And the easiest way to please both camps of having a lot of cars on the track, but also rewarding people for showing up in lemons, I think, is having 2 classes. Now they do it here in the States. They have an A, B and a C class for their lemons racing. But what I'm proposing is, if you show up in a car that the judge, that is the guys that run lemons, deem not to be in the spirit of lemons, for example a BMW E36, then you are in Class B. Class B, you cannot win outright. If you show up in a car that is a lemon, let's take for example a VN Commodore, 6-cylinder with an automatic behind it, definitely a lemon in my opinion, then you're in Class A and you are eligible for awards. Now what this would do was, it's a competition. People that actually wanted to win the event or do well in the event would actually go and buy a lemon. Now for people like me, I've got, I could go buy a Holden Commodore, but if it breaks down, I've got no hope of fixing it. An E36, I've got some hope of fixing it, and there's plenty of parts around. So, for people like me that want to run an easy to run car, which definitely the E36 is, then I run in Class B. I run in Class B and I'm not eligible for any trophies. I still get to run and compete, but I'm not eligible. Sure, I might get best fixed car after we blow the gearbox up or something like that, but I'm not eligible for the outright trophies. So what this means? So if you've got someone show up in, say, I don't know, let's pick on a late model car that they've got from the auction yard, they've managed to put together for $1,000, but it's going to be very reliable. Well, that becomes a Class B car. They still compete, they run around, and that's where they stay, Class B. Now, over time, if you get someone like us that's entered an E36 and it's in Class B, and we prove to be completely out of our league, or if you like, equally as lemony as the Lemons car, then I think we could be promoted to Class A. So, in a way, it's a promotion of people that are incompetent into the outright category. So what it'll do is stop people showing up in fully built race cars, and then taking all the trophies away. It'll encourage people that want to win or do well to build Lemons cars rather than go and buy the best car they can for $1,000. And it'll just, it'll enhance the spirit of the event. So just to summarise, I think there should be two classes: Class A for Lemons car and Class B for cars that may not be lemons. Class A cars eligible for trophies, especially outright trophies. Class B cars, they're there for fun. We're still racing and having fun, but we're not eligible for winning, if you like. Anyway, it's a bit of a rant. As I said at the beginning, it's not up to me. I don't own the series, so it's up to the guys that run the series. But it's just some creative thinking I've been thinking about while I'm here in the land of crap cars in the USA. All right. Well, I'm here all week, but hopefully next week I'll get back to actually doing some stuff on the car. I've got to go to New Zealand next week, so it'll only be a brief amount of time. And we'll see how we go. Hopefully I get some work done on the car next week. All right, until next time. Thanks for watching.